Hi everyone! Happy Easter! It's Chrystal Rae. I am here at Gaia Flow Yoga in Plano by myself. I'm about to do a heart-opening, powerful practice. And I just wanted to reach out before I got started and to say I love you and to remind you on this very festive and sacred spiritual day that love is all that matters. Love is why we're here. Love is the answer. It's the solution to everything. Whatever your question may be, love is the answer. So sometimes life can be challenging. I know we've been challenged in the last few weeks. And love is still the answer. So that's my gift for you today. I hope it serves you, and I hope you enjoy this practice. I love you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, coming into our practice, find a comfortable seat, find yourself sitting on the ground. Take a couple of releasing breaths, inhales and exhales. Some of you may even want to exhale through the mouth. And then bring your hands to the heart. A gentle bow here, namaste, to set the tone for our practice. Make your way back into a downward facing dog. And we're just going to warm up here, a little gentle sway side to side. It's going to be a pretty active practice, so we like to start a little more active when the practice is going to be active. Now drop to the knees, turn the palms around, one side then the other, towards you or towards the sides of the room, rocking back and forth. Just waking up the wrists, the shoulders, the arms, the mind, the spine, the entire body. And again, you can flip them back towards you, both towards you, sitting back and around. Now we can do our hip circles. And you can add some movement through the spine here and the opposite direction. And then arching back. Lift the knees up. If you can keep your fingers towards you, that's even better. Otherwise, fingers towards the front of the mat. The knees come slightly off the ground, about 4 to 5 inches, and then flip it around. We're just warming up with some core work and arm works. Let's do that again. All the way back and down, fingers towards you, towards the sides of the room or to the front. Pushing right back into your downward facing dog with the fingers towards you, really waking up the arms here. And then flip it around. All right, just a gentle wake up call there. Now lift the hands up and kind of squeeze the wrists. So just squeeze the palm towards. And then rock side to side. I like this little rocking side to side. Sit back into your hips and then roll forward. Now for some of us, we're going to stay with this. That's all you're going to do today. Just feel the weight shift to the hands. And others may take this up. You're going to drop the hands down and then maybe take a little rock up. And then bring it back down. A little frog in the sky, just waking up. So if you're not that awake yet, you just stay with the gentle rock forward. Still using good form. Make sure you pull the belly in. The arms are straight. Yeah. And the thighs stay close to the belly. We're just waking up. It's a pretty active wake up. Oh, there we go. We're going to take Baddha Konasana in the sky. So if you're really feeling awake, then just bring it up and tap the feet together. A little clap in the sky. Kind of fun. I know this is a very active wake-up call for you, but you can do this. Otherwise, you're just rocking. We're just waking up. This gives you a hint of how this practice is going to be. And then up into handstand, chaturanga out of it. Push all the way back into your box. And then circle around side to side. Again, turning one palm, then the other. So we just had that active wake. So we're going to go back to releasing the spine, releasing the mind, releasing the wrist, the shoulders, the elbow. It's very important so that you don't get injured. So when I first started this, I couldn't get my fingers towards me. And now it's very comfortable. So it just takes some time though. And then when you do your hip circles, try to move through your spine, because what happens is that we get really rigid in our spine after doing all these handstands. And here we go again with just the lift of the knees, fingers towards you. This is a nice little core exercise. Flip it back and around, or fingers out to the side. It just depends on what feels good to you. I like the fingers towards me. Up and down, and then press all the way back and down. So back into your downward facing dog with your fingers towards you. You're just waking up. A nice active wake-up call here. Excellent. Couple more. Flip the palms around. And then we start that little rock side to side again and kind of like squeeze the hands closed and then back open again. And then here we go with our rocks. So you should be feeling a little more active now. Now if this is too much, you can always just take one side. So if you just stayed with the simple rock this time, take one foot in. So if you can get your heel to your hip, you kind of kick your own derriere. All right, just heel to hip, or we bring it up again. Those of you who can, bring it up, maybe hold some space. You know who you are. Bring it up and hold. We're just warming up. Wake up call for the body. A little malasana in the sky. Now we're going into Baddha Konasana, our butterflies in the sky. So you clap your feet together. You're still rocking back and forth. A little clap at the top. Doesn't matter how high you come. Just do what you can do. You can also stay with the gentle rock, or you can stay with single legs. Chaturanga out. High to low push-up. Upward facing, open the heart, shoulders melt away. See if you can tap the back of your head. Some of you will. And then drop to the forearms. Press this forward, a little hip press forward. Forearms. Scoop the pubic bone up towards the navel and then back. Check out your breath here. Exhale as you go back. Inhale as you extend forward. And here we go. Squatting back onto the heels. A little leap forward. It's kind of like a little plank in the sky. If that's too much, you just stay on your knees. Don't bring it up, or you just come into a plank. So sit back, a little plank in the sky. It's a lot harder than it looks, actually, so give yourself some slack here. Sit lows, bend the knees, a little plank in the sky. Come down slow. A nice challenging practice today. I told you it was going to be challenging. Let's take one more. Tap the back of your head. And all the way back. All right. And here we go from our downward facing dog. Again, a little leap forward, a little plank in the sky, tap the back of the head. And your hip circles, then right down into box. On your knees, going with those hip presses again. So press back into a plank and then start tapping the knees. This is still working on our core and our shoulders here. See if you can keep your belly pulled up towards the spine and tap your knees down. We'll take 25 of these, so just keep tapping, 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 tapping. And don't forget to breathe here. One of the things that happens with these really challenging core work is that we forget to breathe. So keep breathing as you tap. Tap, 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 tap. We're looking for progress, not perfection. So if you need to take a break, you get to. And then drop the knees down. Just a little break here. Forward and back again with the hip presses on the knees. And moving through the shoulders here. We're going to take one more of those taps. So bring it back, step it back, and here we go. Knee taps again. 25 on this side. Tap, tap, tap. Don't even count. Just stay with me here and keep breathing. We're just waking up the body. So I always like to say strong core, strong mind. So it's the correlation here because it's sovereignty over self. All right. Press back into your knees, and here you go. The hip presses on your forearms. And then push all the way back to downward facing dog. Find your plank and then tap it out to the side. Take your left leg out. Right leg out, actually. Out, out, and then the left. Out, 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 out. And get ready because we're going to do both here in a minute. It'll be like a little mini jumping jack on your mat. There we go. A little double time for me. Out, in, out, in, out, in. As fast or as slow that feels correct for you, that you can still continue to breathe. Just doing a little mini jumping jack here. Just waking up the body. It's great for the arms as well. Drop to the knees, to the elbows. Hip press forward again. back to, forward, drop to the elbows, push back to downward facing dog, press forward, drop to the elbows, downward facing dog, press forward, press back, downward facing dog. All right, forward, press back, downward facing dog. Again, a couple more. Forward, press back, downward facing dog. And again, press forward and back, downward facing dog. Don't forget to breathe here. Forward and back, downward facing dog. All right, from your forearms, take your right leg up, meet the left, and find your forearm balance. If you can't take a forearm balance here, you can just take little hops up and down. Bring it back down. And here's your hip presses again. We're going to use this as a sort of active rest for you again. Downward facing dog. Forward, back to the elbows. Downward facing dog on the forearms. And then we take up the opposite side. Left leg comes up. And again, find your forearm balance here. You can also, again, just hop it, little hops up. Or maybe you come up in a forearm balance, you can't hold it, you come down. Just work your practice. And then bring it back down. Forward and back. Forward and back, your hip presses, just waking up. Your warm-up is almost over. Any of you who've taken my ocean class know that my warm-up is probably the hardest part of the practice, right? Because it's really the most important part, is to warm all parts of the body so that we can work these really deep poses. Hip circles here, and then step out to the right. Again, hip circles, out to the right. Bringing hips up, open the door here. Step out to the right, get deep into the hip. Bring it up, we're just waking up. Working those large muscle groups, the legs, and sinking low. Little pulses here. Just waking up. Nice tight body. And then we'll flip it to the other side, sit down, and then circle up. Nice deep opening here. Some of you have really deep back bends. You're going to touch the ground. Bring it all the way around, and then step it forward, and bring it back. Try that again. Step it forward. This is just a little drill. Forward and back. Exhale as you bring it forward. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, step forward and all the way up. Exhale, come all the way forward and switch arms. Forward and switch. Adding the leg and switch. Remember to breathe. Forward and switch. Forward and switch. Forward and switch. We're going to add some intensity. Forward and switch. Forward and switch. Forward. All the way down. Here's your intensity. Roll up on your tiptoe. Come back. Drop. Up onto the tiptoe. Little lift for some of you. Bring back here. You can add a little more intensity by tapping the opposite knee down. Take it forward. Hand down. Bend and roll. Little lift. Back up. And switch. Again, your own speed. You've got about 5 of these. Bring it forward and little lift. Some of you will take it up into the L handstand and then tap the knee down. And here we go again. You can either take a standing splits or an L handstand. It's your practice. Bring it back up and switch. And again, exhale forward. And either take your standing splits or L handstands. Inhale brings you back and tap it down. Here we go again. Exhale forward. L handstand or little lift and all the way back. And one more. Tap it. Bring it back up. Take this forward. L handstand. Chaturanga for some of you in the next one. Otherwise, we're just going to slide it back. Here we go. L handstand. Back. Tap. And I believe this is your last one here. Bring it up. One more. and down, back up. Really getting a nice warm body here. Chaturanga. High to low push-up. Excellent. Roll your shoulders back, tap the back of your head. Some of you can tap, I want you to tap. And let's take it all the way back for our hip presses. Remember, this is your active rest today. Forward and back. Press forward. Exhale as you come back. Press forward. Exhale back. Remember to tap the back of your head if you can on each one of these. I'm still working on that. Press forward, and tap, and back, and forward, and back, and forward. All right. Take the left knee up. Here we find our hip circles on the left side. Just move from the hip joint and then the opposite direction, big circles. Step it out, remember this, and open up. We step it out, working those large muscle groups on the opposite side. Step it out, and back, and out, and back. Step it out, and pulses here. Just waking up. Bring it back, and flip it to the other side. Sit this down. Here's your first little back bend on this side. Bring it all the way around. Those of you who can touch the ground here, you know who you are. You bring it around and you sweep the ground. And then bring it around. And bring it back. And forward. So we're drilling this again. It's just the transition move, but it becomes a really nice active part of the practice. Back and forward and all the way up. Here we are on the other side. Exhale forward, inhale switch, just the arms. Exhale forward, inhale switch, forward, switch. You can always stay with this. Switch, or add some intensity by lifting the back leg. There's a little bit of balance involved here. Switch, exhale forward, inhale switch the arms. Exhale forward, inhale switch, exhale forward, switch, forward, switch, adding another level of complexity soon. Hands down. You can take just a little hop and bring it back up and tap the knee. Inhale, switch, exhale forward, hands down, maybe take an L handstand. Inhale, back up, tap the knee and switch the arms. Inhale back, exhale forward. Again, L handstand or standing splits. Inhale brings you back up, tap and switch. Exhale takes you forward. L handstand. Inhale back, tap the knee and switch the arms. Inhale. Exhale takes you forward right into your handstand or your L or your standing splits. Inhale back. Tap the knees, switch the arms, inhale back up. Here we go again. Exhale all the way forward. It's down. Inhale brings you back. Tap the knees, switch the arms. Exhale takes you all the way forward. Right into your L, your standing splits, or your handstand. Inhale back up. Tap the knees, switch the arms. Exhale again takes you forward. Inhale back up. Tap the knees, switch the arms. Exhale forward. Handstand. L lift. Handstand. Inhale back up. Tap the knees, switch the arms. Inhale up. L handstand. Inhale back. Tap the knees, switch the arms. Inhale up. Exhale forward, coming to the end of this. Inhale back up. So make these really strong, these last ones. Don't forget to tap the knee. Inhale back up. Exhale forward. Maybe try a full handstand. A little higher. Inhale back up. Tap the knee. Inhale up. Those of you who have a strong handstand practice, you can hold your handstand here. Inhale up. Tap the knee, switch the arms. Couple more. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Tap the knee, switch the arms. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Handstand, L lift. And chaturanga out. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tap the back of your head and then press back. Hip presses forward and back. Those of you who can tap the back of your head, you know who you are. Again, you get to tap the back of your head here. At this point in the practice, you should be feeling a little bit more open. And then let's drop to our forearms. Take our right leg up. Bend and extend, bring it up. We're going to take our crooked tree on our forearms today. Now, if you can't come off the ground, all you're going to do is just lift and pull the knee in. You don't have to come off the ground. If you can bring it up and hold it, you're welcome to do that. Maybe right up into a forearm balance and then bring it back down. Here we go again with the hip presses. Forward and back. This is just preparatory for the other side. Forward and back. Forward and back. It's your little active rest here. Forward and back. Forward and back. We're pressing forward and back. All right, here we go. Drop to the elbows again. Find your turbo dog to start this. Take your left leg up this time. Pull it in and up. You can again stay with just this, or you bring it into the sky, up. Bend the bottom leg, pull the knee in, up. 2. Tap. 3. And again, up. Remember, you can always hold this in the sky for some of you who want to. 4. We hold this one. And come all the way out. Right into our child's pose, and then back to our hip circles, releasing the palms. One and then the other, flipping around. Remember, this is our active rest. We're really working on opening up wrists in this practice since we're doing so many handstands. And it's a nice little active rest in between all the little challenging poses. And then push this all the way back. Your right leg is up. Step it out. And the left leg's in. And we're going to step this back. 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 So we're just stepping into yogi squat, malasana. Hands to the heart. And back, back. You can always stay with this. This is quite a challenging pose, just like this, just walking forward and back. It's a great hip opener. And if you're ready to, you can bring it up and a little slide forward, a little slide into kind of a little malasana slide. And again, you can slide forward or take it up. And take it up. And back, a little malasana in the sky. So we're sliding forward and back, so you can either keep it low, you can walk it, or you can take it into the sky. Yogi squat in the sky. Walk, walk, if that's what's in your practice. Take a few more. Forward and back. Your own beat, your own practice. Chaturanga, out of this. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tap the back of your head. And do it again. Back of the head. Waking up the body. Strong practice. And up. And back. These hip presses are really good to open up the psoas, your largest hip flexor in the body. Hip circles, moving through the entirety of the spine. Turning the palms around again and taking the other direction. So if this again is too much, You can always just take your palms to the sides of the room or just keep them forward. This will actually open the wrist eventually though. So fingers towards you and then press back and down. Again, if that's too much, keep them to the side or keep them forward and down. So this is really just working on opening up the front of the elbow and the wrist. And back. It's a little active rest for you. All right. Flip the palms around. And side to side again. I like to squeeze my hands here just to release out of my wrist. And then here we go again. We're sitting back. This is our little rock forward. You can always just rock up on the toes and stay with that. Some of you may want to take this up into a yogic jump. Knees tuck into the belly. And we sit back and we roll forward. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you come back. Exhale takes you up and forward. And then chaturanga out of it. All the way down, top the back of your head again. You should be really feeling nice and open in the spine. Dropping into the hip flexors and back and forward. A lot of active rest in between all these handstands that we're doing today. Other direction. And then press all the way back into downward facing dog. Take your right leg up. Step it out. Inhale all the way over. We're putting this all together. Circle around for your back bend. Sweep the ground for some of you. Here's your transition to the front of the mat. Bring it all the way up. Exhale forward into your handstand or your standing splits. And chaturanga out. And push all the way back. Going right to the other side. Left leg is up. Step it out to a deep lunge. Bring it around. Sit down for your back bend. Circle around. Sweep the ground for some of you. Here's your transition to the front of your mat. Bring it all the way up. Exhale forward. Handstand. L lift. And chaturanga all the way out of this. Tap the back of your head and then push back into downward facing dog. Let's slide this forward. We're going to do some slides. Still working on strength today. Curl up your toes. Slide back. Little baby slide back. And again. Slide forward. Land softly. And little slide back. If you want to take this a little bit higher, you know who you are. You're welcome to take it up. Maybe even slow motion on the way down for some of you. L back or just a little slide back. It's your practice. And again. Slide forward. Land softly. L back. And we're going to slide forward and hold at the top of your mat. Get ready for some back bends here. Inhale up. Exhale over to the right side with arrow arms. Inhale up. Over to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Adding intensity. Inhale up. And circle to the right. A little back bend. Press the hips forward. It's waking up. Inhale up. And now let's take it to the left. You sit down and circle up. Drop your head down. Look back. Open up the heart. Inhale up. Sit down. Inhale up. Press up. Hands back up and sit back down. And inhale up. Press the hips first. Come all the way up. And to the other side. Press up and around. Back down. Okay, so sit back and prepare for your crane or crow. Crane is arms straight as possible. Crow is arms bent. So you're more like on a shelf when you do crow, and you're more leaning forward in crane. So I'm going to be modeling crane. Inhale back, that's one. Exhale forward. Inhale back, that's two. Exhale forward. Inhale back, that's three. Exhale forward. And shoot the legs back. Roll all the way through. Tap the back of your head. Push back. Here we go with those Tibetan push-ups again. Roll through and tap. You should be really feeling it by this time in your practice. Roll and back. One more time. And press back into your box and all the way back to your downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here, reset breaths, and then take your right foot up. We're going to put this all together again. Step out to the right, deep lunge. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale brings you up and over to the other side. Sit down and then scoop this up. So a nice back bend, open up, touch the ground for some of you. And bring it around just as transition up into your warrior one with your right hand up. Bring it forward. Here's your handstand. And we're nice and warm at this point in the practice, so we're going to take some handstands here at the top of the mat. If you're not working handstands, you can always just work little hops. The bottom leg, you bend and roll. Remember the formula of mass over base. Maybe you take your L lift, maybe you take a full-on handstand. Some of you will hold it in the sky for the full 5 counts. Others are going to pulse up and down with me. Just enjoying this movement. And then one more like that. And then we chaturanga out of it. High or low push-up. Upward facing dog. Tap the back of your head. And then right into our hip circles. Press back. Curl up the toes. And slide this forward. We're going right back into our back bends. Sit back to the right. Circle around. Go a little bit deeper this time. Each time you come to the pose, see if you can get a little bit deeper. Some of you will be sweeping the ground. Inhale back up, over to the left, circle around. And then let's go right into our crane or crow, knees again into the armpits as we roll forward and hold. 3, 4, and 5. Shoot your legs back. Upward facing dog, tap the back of your head and push back. Take some hip circles. It's a little active rest here, other direction. Sit back on your hips and then puff the chest and press the hips up. First take the right foot out and press the hips up. Right foot comes out. Hips up and down, up, 2, up, really pressing the hips high, 3, up, 4, up, 5. Now take the hands forward. We're going to go right up into our crooked tree. Now if you don't have a crooked tree, you're just going to take the foot up like this and then bring it back. Otherwise a little hop and bring it back. And some of you are going to bring it all the way up and tap. And tap. So you can hold in the sky. Still working on the same formula of mass over base. This time the knee is bent, so you look like a crooked tree in the sky. 3. Working on keeping the arms straight, finding that little balance point, and then chaturanga out of this. Drop to the knees, roll through, tap the back of your head, and back. Again through, tap and back. Again roll through, tap and back. Couple more. Roll through, tap and back. And then walk this back. Sit back on your heels. Okay, let's take the left leg out now. Now puff the chest. Slide the left leg out. Get ready for your little pulses on this side. Little mini back bend here. 1, 2, so press it up. 3, really scooping the hips up towards the navel. Opening up the upper thoracic, last one. And we're going right back up into our crooked tree, so sit it back down. Take the hands forward. Again, you have your options. You can keep it gentle. Just like that. Maybe a little hop, maybe bring it up. 1, just working your practice. 2, keep working on all the elements. Arms straight, mass over base, gaze out in front of the fingers, holding space if you can, and then chaturanga out. And sit back. Okay, cross your ankles and bring this through. We're going to bring it down for our back bends. We've warmed up quite a bit for back bends today with all those tap the back of your head. So those of you who are really flexible, I want you to take deeper back bends than the ones I'm modeling here. Everyone else, you stay with me. Take your hands back, lift your hips up. We're just warming up with the bridge pose. So your hands are back, your hips are up, and then bring it down. I'm going to reach around, catch your right ankle, pull the heel in close, and then press the hips up. And hold it there for a couple of breaths. Don't forget to breathe. Bring it back down. And press it up again a little bit higher. Keeping the heel pressed to the hips. And back down. Let's do that one more time. Bring it up and hold. Working on keeping the heel in. All right, now keep a hold of your right ankle with your right hand and lift both hips up. Now you can stay with this, otherwise you're going to reach around, catch it with both hands, and then press up. It's a great way to get into the upper thoracic. Don't worry if you can't do it. You can always wrap a towel around your ankle and get it that way. All right, let's go to the opposite side. Now press the hips up and hold it here. Keep breathing for me. Keep pressing. And then bring it back down. Catch your left shin, pull the heel in, and again we're going to lift this up as high as you can, keeping the heel tucked into the hip. And again, one more just like that. Up, 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 press it high. And back down. And you've got one more. Last one here. Press it up. One side might feel a little more awkward than the other, or a little more open than the other. That's normal. And bring it down. All right, keep a hold of your left ankle. Pick your right arm up and then press it up again. You can stay with one, or again reach around, catch it with both, and really get into the upper thoracic. Okay, and bring it back down. Bring this back down. Hug the knees. Drop the heels down. Going right into our first back bend. Lift the hands up, flex the wrist. Press the low back to the earth. Hinge at the elbows. Elbows in. Low back to the earth. Scoop the pubic bone up and bring it up. Get as deep as you can. Those of you who have a deeper back bend, you go for it. We're going to do some back bend push-ups. So we're going to take our head to the ground here. Tap down and up. That's 1. Down and up. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. All the way down. All right, hug around the knees. We are almost done. Come up underneath your knees. Come all the way up in the sitting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chest and thighs connect. Come all the way up. Pull your right leg in. We'll take a nice twist. It's always nice to do a twist after back bends. So we'll just do a regular Marchiasana A, which is a simple twist where we wrap around. The wrapper is the grabber, so the arm that's wrapping around your right leg would grab the left wrist. Also, you will take the opposite of that by taking a bind on the other side, or just opening up for Marchiasana B. You can see that I'm struggling with this one. Nice and tight after all those handstands. So it's always good to twist after handstands too, so you can get really tight. Cross it over. Bring the front foot under, which should be your left foot. And you can either hold it here, or again, you're going to take a reverse bind and open up to the back of the mat. As I said, after a really strong arm balance practice, this can be a bit of a challenge, but it feels good at the same time. And let's unravel, go to a forward fold, and take the other side. All right, so pull your left knee and wrap around for Marchiasana A. See if you can get your knee to your nose or your chin to your shin, depending on your flexibility. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. And then again, we'll do the reverse bind. So bring it up, and we take the opposite elbow, pull the knee in toward the center line. See if you can get the elbow down into the armpit. And you either stay there, or some of you will be able to come all the way around and kind of wedge your way inside here, reach around and then catch it. Again, this can be a bit of a challenge after a strong arm balance practice, because you can get a little bit tight, but it feels good. And then release. Take it over to the other side. You're going to pull the extended leg in, and one more twist here to finish up our practice. Let's see, outside of the foot, and just get a nice twist. Open up the chest and look towards the back of the room. And bring your left knee on top of the shoulder and extend it up. Here we go. Oh. Opening up here. Again, can feel really tight, but it's really good to do at the end of these practices to get these twists in. And we're going to finish off by coming into either a half lotus or a full lotus, whatever flexibility is available for you right now. And we'll finish off with a short meditation here. Get to just enjoy. If it's not comfortable for you to be sitting in a lotus for your meditation, you can always take an easier sit, which is one ankle in front of the other, and scoot up into your heels and keep the spine long. And namaste.
Well, that was fun. Thank you for joining me today. I am quite the sweaty mess here. It was so much fun though. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope I get to see you soon here at our beautiful studio. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. I love you very much. Happy Easter. Share the love. I'll see you soon.